Welcome to Farming Aid. What if the future of meat in America looks nothing like what we grew up with? In part 2 of America's Food Revolution, we dive into a powerful shift that is already reshaping farms, markets, and dinner tables across the country. Rising feed costs, climate pressure, and the demand for more sustainable protein are pushing farmers to rethink beef and explore smarter alternatives. And the results might surprise you. These three animals are emerging as serious contenders that could transform the future of meat production forever. If you want to stay ahead in modern farming and discover more high-impact livestock strategies, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Farming Aid, and drop a comment sharing which animal you think has the biggest future. Let's grow smarter together. Bison, often called American buffalo, represent a powerful blend of tradition and innovation. Long before industrial cattle ranching dominated the landscape, bison were the backbone of North America's grassland ecosystems. Today, they are making a comeback, not as a symbol of the past, but as a model for the future. Unlike conventional cattle, bison are incredibly resilient animals that thrive on natural grazing systems without requiring intensive feedlot finishing. They are well adapted to harsh weather, capable of surviving cold winters and hot summers with minimal intervention. This resilience translates into lower input costs for farmers, as bison require less veterinary care, fewer antibiotics, and minimal supplemental feeding compared to beef cattle. The environmental advantages of bison are equally compelling. Their grazing patterns naturally promote soil health by stimulating grass growth and improving carbon sequestration. Instead of degrading land through overgrazing, properly managed bison herds can actually regenerate ecosystems. This has drawn the attention of regenerative agriculture advocates across the United States, who see bison as a key piece of restoring degraded rangelands while still producing high-quality protein. In a time when consumers are increasingly concerned about sustainability, bison meat is gaining traction as a premium alternative that aligns with these values. From a nutritional standpoint, bison meat offers a leaner profile than traditional beef, with lower fat content and fewer calories while still delivering high levels of protein, iron, and essential nutrients. Its taste is often described as slightly sweeter and richer, making it appealing to both health-conscious consumers and gourmet chefs. Although bison meat is currently more expensive than beef due to limited supply, expanding production could gradually reduce costs and make it more accessible to mainstream markets. As supply chains develop and awareness grows, bison could shift from a niche product to a widely accepted staple. While bison represent a large-scale grazing alternative, goats offer a completely different but equally promising solution. Goat farming is rapidly expanding in parts of America, driven by changing demographics and a growing appreciation for goat meat, also known as chiv-on or cabrito. Unlike cattle, goats are incredibly versatile animals that can thrive in environments where other livestock struggle. They are natural browsers, meaning they feed on shrubs, weeds, and diverse vegetation rather than relying heavily on grass or grain. This allows farmers to utilize marginal lands that are unsuitable for cattle production, effectively turning otherwise unproductive areas into valuable sources of income. Goats are also remarkably efficient converters of feed into meat. They require less space, less water, and lower overall investment compared to cattle, making them particularly attractive for small-scale and beginner farmers. In regions where land prices are rising and resources are limited, this efficiency can make a significant difference in farm profitability. Additionally, goats reproduce relatively quickly, allowing herds to expand faster than cattle operations. This rapid turnover provides a steady and scalable source of meat production that can respond more flexibly to market demand. Culturally, goat meat is already one of the most widely consumed meats in the world, even if it has not yet reached the same level of popularity in mainstream American diets. However, this is beginning to change as diverse communities bring their culinary traditions into the broader food culture. Restaurants and food markets are increasingly featuring goat dishes, introducing new consumers to its rich, slightly gamey flavor. As awareness grows, goat meat is poised to become a more familiar and accepted choice, especially among younger consumers who are open to exploring alternative proteins. From an environmental perspective, goats can play a valuable role in land management. Their browsing behavior helps control invasive plant species and reduce wildfire risks by clearing dry vegetation. This dual purpose of meat production and ecological management makes goats particularly attractive in regions prone to drought and fire. Instead of relying solely on mechanical or chemical methods to manage vegetation, farmers can use goats as a natural and sustainable solution that also generates income. The third animal in this emerging revolution is perhaps the most surprising: rabbits. Often associated with small backyard operations or niche markets, rabbits are now being recognized as one of the most efficient meat-producing animals available. Their growth rate is exceptionally fast, with many breeds reaching market weight in just a few months. This rapid production cycle allows farmers to generate multiple harvests within a single year, dramatically increasing output compared to traditional cattle systems. Rabbits are also incredibly efficient in terms of feed conversion. They require significantly less feed to produce the same amount of meat as cattle, and they can be raised on a variety of diets, including forage and agricultural byproducts. This flexibility reduces reliance on expensive commercial feeds and makes rabbit farming accessible even in resource-limited settings. For urban and peri-urban farmers, rabbits offer a practical way to produce high-quality protein in small spaces, opening up new possibilities for local food systems. Nutritionally, rabbit meat is one of the leanest meats available, with high protein content and very low fat levels. It is often recommended as a healthy alternative to beef and other red meats, particularly for individuals seeking to reduce cholesterol intake. Its mild flavor makes it adaptable to a wide range of recipes, allowing it to be used as a substitute for chicken or even beef in many dishes. As consumers become more health-conscious, rabbit meat has the potential to gain significant traction as a clean and efficient protein source. One of the most important advantages of rabbits is their low environmental impact. They produce minimal greenhouse gas emissions compared to cattle, require very little water, and generate less waste. In a world where climate change is a growing concern, these factors are becoming increasingly important in shaping agricultural decisions. By shifting even a portion of meat production from cattle to rabbits, it is possible to significantly reduce the environmental footprint of the food system. What connects these three animals, despite their differences, is their ability to challenge the dominance of beef in a practical and scalable way. They are not simply alternatives in theory. They are already being raised, marketed, and consumed across various parts of the United States. Each one offers unique advantages that address specific weaknesses in traditional beef production. Bison bring ecological restoration and premium quality. Goats offer adaptability and efficiency on marginal lands, and rabbits deliver unmatched productivity and low resource requirements. The broader shift toward these animals also reflects a deeper change in consumer mindset. People are becoming more aware of where their food comes from and how it is produced. There is growing interest in sustainable farming practices, animal welfare, and local sourcing. This awareness is creating opportunities for farmers who are willing to experiment with alternative livestock and connect directly with consumers through farmers markets, community-supported agriculture, and online platforms. At the same time, this transition is not without challenges. Scaling up production of alternative meats requires investment in infrastructure, processing facilities, and distribution networks. Consumer education is also crucial, as many people are unfamiliar with cooking and preparing meats like goat or rabbit. Overcoming these barriers will take time, collaboration, and innovation across the entire food system. However, the momentum is clearly building, driven by both necessity and opportunity. Looking ahead, it is unlikely that beef will disappear entirely from the American diet. Instead, what is emerging is a more diversified protein landscape, where multiple types of meat coexist and complement each other. In this new system, Beef may become more of a premium product, consumed less frequently, but valued more highly, while animals like bison, goats, and rabbits take on a larger share of everyday consumption. This shift could lead to a more resilient and sustainable food system that is better equipped to handle future challenges. For farmers, this represents a chance to rethink traditional models and explore new sources of income. Diversifying livestock can reduce risk, improve land use, and open up new markets. For consumers, it offers greater choice and the opportunity to align dietary habits with personal values around health and sustainability. And for the environment, it provides a pathway toward reducing the impact of meat production without requiring a complete shift away from animal-based food. As we reach the end of Part 2 of America's food revolution, one thing becomes clear. The future of meat is not locked into a single animal or a single system. It is shifting towards smarter, more efficient, and more adaptable livestock choices that respond to real-world pressures like land scarcity, rising costs, and environmental change. Bison, goats, and rabbits each show a different path forward, but they all point in the same direction. More resilience on the farm, lower input costs, and better use of available land. For farmers, this is not just theory. It is a practical opportunity to diversify and build stronger, more sustainable livestock systems. For consumers, it opens the door to healthier and more environmentally conscious protein options that still deliver on taste and nutrition. The food revolution is already happening, and those who understand it early will have the advantage. Whether you are a small farmer, a livestock investor, or simply someone interested in the future of food, this is the time to pay attention and start thinking differently about what ends up on the plate. If you found value in this video, make sure to like, subscribe to Farming Aid, and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next part of this series. Drop a comment below and tell me which animal you think has the strongest chance to replace beef in the future. Your thoughts help shape the next conversation. Stay with us, because the future of farming is changing fast, and we are just getting started.